Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to St. Joseph Academy for today's Ohio High School Athletic Association matchup between the Norwalk Truckers and your St. Joseph Academy Jaguars. The schools playing today are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the rules and eligibility and contest regulations. The officials assigned to this game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide their important role in today's game. Your support of the student athletes on the court at today's game is appreciated by both member schools competing. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good conduct throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all viewers. Warm-up is now underway with 10 minutes remaining in the pregame, and following that we'll be announcing starters, prayer, and the national anthem. We will be back shortly. They will now take part in announcing starters as well as the prayer and national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome to St. Joseph Academy for today's game between the Jaguars of St. Joseph Academy and the Norwalk Truckers. The schools playing today are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the rules of eligibility and contest regulations. The officials assigned to this game have met extensive requirements set forth by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved
All right, so our starters have just been announced for the Jaguars: Bree White, Ruthie Becker, Morgan Wersch, Melanie Alvarenga, and Kate Mocho. And for the Truckers, Alyssa Gruluk, Abby Koenig, Kenzie Smith, Emma Lebar, and Trinity Lazara. This actually also happens to be Alumni Recognition Day, so we've got some old basketball players in the house today. We're very excited to have them with us. I spy some Knightsels in the crowd, as well as recent senior graduates from last year, Mercedes Rodriguez and Maya White. We are so thrilled to have them in the crowd today. Bree White is now at the line for the Jaguars. Truckers will start by taking it up. Interesting team to watch today. I'm joined with Alexi Actis, who it also happens to be her first basketball broadcast.
Yes, it is.
Truckers are undefeated right now, 8-0, and I think the Jaguars are really looking to challenge them here in some sort of way. Jaguars themselves are on a 3-game winning streak against Brunswick, Howland, and Lutheran West. So it's going to be a great matchup here today, and I'm excited to see how this unfolds for both teams. Melanie Alvarenga attempts to make that pass off to Kate Mocho. Kate Mocho eventually gets it, makes the pass over to Ruthie Becker. She's looking for a path here. She'll make the pass to Melanie Alvarenga. Bree White sets that screen. Ruthie Becker takes the pass, makes the pass over to Morgan Wersch. Morgan and Ruthie have a little toss back and forth there. Bree White makes that 2 points for the Jags, first 2 of the game. JV just before this has won themselves, that game being 38-35. It's always exciting to see a JV team win, right before the varsity game especially. Oh, and Truckers unable to get that in the basket, rolls right out. Kate Mocho finds the pass to Melanie Alvarenga. She'll take it up for the Jaguars. Kate Mocho makes that pass to Morgan Wersch, who will go for the 3, unable to get to it. Morgan Wersch, just previously at that Lutheran West game, was able to score 20 points for the Jags, the leading scorer, followed up by Bree White, who actually had a double-double with 15 points and 11 rebounds. A great show up by both of these players. I'd recommend watching them today and just seeing how that might carry over in today's matchup. As we've mentioned on previous broadcasts, height is one of the biggest disadvantages for the Jags. They don't have a lot of height here like they did last season. So Bree White and Morgan Wersch are kind of the tallest players you'll see, so you'll see a lot of action in the paint from them especially. Melanie Alvarenga able to put 2 on the scoreboard for the Jags with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Their score is 4-0 with the Jags in the lead. Great pass there by the Truckers. They try to make their way into the paint. Melanie Alvarenga makes contact with the floor. Morgan Wersch able to get that rebound, takes it over to Kate Mocho, over to Ruthie Becker. Morgan Wersch unable to put 2 up there. Morgan Wersch, also a very vocal leader here for the Jags. She's a captain herself. There are 4 captains on this team with 6 seniors. Morgan Wersch is usually one of the more vocal leaders. You'll see her set up things. Kate Mocho with some action there, able to intercept that from the Truckers just temporarily. They'll get it back. Morgan Wersch tips that into the hands of Kate Mocho. She'll make that pass over to Melanie Alvarenga. We've said in previous broadcasts, but players like Ruthie Becker and Kate Mocho are the people you watch tonight in terms of threes. Just now, Ruthie Becker goes for that 3, bounces right off the back of the rim. She'll go for it again. Consistency is key. A little bit short there, but Ruthie Becker and Kate Mocho are some strong threes. And honestly, I think this team really relies on that in that regard. Truckers will take it down the court. It's really important Morgan Wersch can stay on number 23. She actually, in fact, number 23 there, Trinity Lazara, had her leading career high scored game against Clay just recently, their last game, with 25 points and 4 steals. It's really important people like Morgan can stay on her. And not just Morgan in that regards, but she's a leading scorer. It's someone that the Jaguars are going to need to be able to adjust to and maintain that threat. The Truckers will make that first free throw. 4-1's now your score with the Jaguars in the lead. They'll take that second one as well. Bree White makes that pass into Melanie Alvarenga. Back to Bree White. She'll take the drive. That'll return back to Truckers' possession. Bree White is, I got a chance to sit down with her. She said she's really focusing this season and working on finishing around the rim and getting all of the rebounds. As she is aware of it herself, due to that small size team, it's kind of one of her biggest roles in that aspect. So you'll see a lot of action from her in the paint. But she, those two-pointers that she gets right, those layups, rebounds, whatnot, she's killer at. And Alexia, I don't know if you can say so yourself, but she's impressive to watch. Melanie Alvarenga makes the pass to Morgan Wersch. Back up to Bree White, setting up a plan here for the Jags. You can see Morgan Wersch using that pivot foot, still stuck. Kate Mocho takes the pass over to Bree White. Ruthie Becker comes and saves the day. She'll make that pass over to Morgan Wersch and back to Bree White, my apologies. Kate Mocho wide open. She'll make that nice pass to Bree White, but it makes its way back out to the arc once again. Jaguars look to be a little stuck here. That'll be a turnover. Truckers will take it back up, make that pass over to Trinity Lazara. And Alyssa Grulich will be able to put that on the board for the Truckers. My apologies. Melanie Alvarenga takes it up. Melanie also one of a phenomenal leader on this team, just in the way she leads. At previous broadcasts, I know we've touched on this. Our co-announcer, who's not with us today, but Emily Kupak has mentioned this too. Kate Mocho will go up for the three a little too far. Melanie Alvarenga is someone that can really lead by example, and I think this team takes a lot of insight from. She's pretty versatile, but also really, has that strong presence just when she takes the ball up. And I think she also has the patience of being able to wait a second for everything to settle before she sets up a play. That's pretty impressive. Ruthie Becker will come out and Nia French will come in. Nia French, also a wonderful player to watch, an underclassman, actually, sophomore. She played 2 quarters in JV, making her Morgan Wersch unable to make that block. Bree White can't quite get it. Truckers put 2 on the board with a 2-point lead now over the Jaguars, 4-6, with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nia French, an incredible player to watch. Honestly, one of my favorite players to watch. She's so versatile, so fast. And she plays 2 quarters in JV every game, so some may say she has this disadvantage. Jags and Truckers will fight for that ball there. Some may say Nia French has that disadvantage of maybe getting exhausted sooner than others, but I honestly think usually that she doesn't. I think she, if anything, it's those 2 quarters in JV are more of a warm-up for her, and these second 2, her talents are really showcased. Melanie Alvarenga makes the pass to Morgan Wersch, who makes the pass to Bree White, uses that height she talked about, able to put 2 on the boards. Now tied 6-6 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That'll be a foul. Bree White now at the line for the Jaguars. She'll miss that first one. First quarter, 6-6. We're still pretty low in terms of scoring, so it's all good. I think Bree is just going to get into the rhythm of things here. She'll miss that second one as well, but she'll take that rebound, go up for basically a third free throw, and she'll make that. beautiful passes there by the Truckers. Emmy Lebar able to get to it. Put two, tied back at 8-8 with a minute and 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Kate Mocho takes it down the court, makes that pass over to Bree White, who loses contact with it, so that'll return back to Truckers' possession. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see, again, like I mentioned, just the overall records of both of these teams, how the Jags adjust to this. As I mentioned, they've got some leading scorers. It's really important that they're able to be flexible in terms of defense to prevent these Truckers from scoring big time. Melanie Alvarenga makes that pass over to Nia French. Makes a beautiful pass to Kate Mocho, who tries to give that to Morgan Wersch, but Morgan Wersch just not ready for it. Both Bree White and Ruthie Becker, who's not presently on the court, really did mention this season they wanted to work on achieving success through good chemistry and motivation. Kate Mocho will go up for the three, bounce off the back of the rim. That's real unfortunate. Kate Mocho will come out, Ruthie Becker back in. Again, they really want to just lead with this team chemistry and good motivation. Just recently, they do tons of these team bonding activities. Just recently, they did have a Christmas break lock-in on Monday, December 23rd, where they really got to sit down with one another, all teams, JV and varsity, and just not only get to know one another better, but have a little bit of fun, which I think that those off-the-court conversations and interactions can really translate beautifully back onto the court. Melanie Alvarenga makes that pass to Ruthie Becker over to Nia French. Ruthie Becker will go for the three. Bounces off the back of the rim once again. But Melanie Alvarenga able to save the day there, puts two on now with a 2-point lead. The Jags are in the lead with 10-8 with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Truckers try to take that drive. Melanie Alvarenga makes that block. Morgan Wersch takes it back down for the Jaguars. She'll make that pass. Brooke Haddad goes for the three. Bounced off the back of the rim. Ruthie Becker looking for some action there, wide open with no defenders on her. Morgan Wersch tries to put two more on the board, but unable to do so. Truckers do a last-minute attempt at scoring, but that's the end of the first quarter with your score being 10-8 with the Jags in the lead. On the court for your Jags now is number 10, Morgan Wersch, number 21, Cam Croce, number 11, Brooke Haddad, number 24, Kate Mocho, and number 4, Ruthie Becker. Always interesting to see in these second and third quarters. Just the rotations as well as subbing that Coach Lesnick will do. Typically in a lot of normal basketball games, you have those starters and then your second string of players. As you can see here, he kind of kept a few starters in with Morgan, Bree, and Kate, but also slowly starting to integrate some of those second string in, which I don't know if I've seen this early on before. Truckers unable to get any action there. They take the rebound, but Cam Croce playing some strong defense there. Shot just a little too far there by number 14 for the Truckers, but they're able to put 2 on the board. Cam Croce will take it back up for the Jags. Makes that pass over to Ruthie Becker. Cam Croce will make that pass to Brooke Haddad. Back over to Ruthie Becker. As I mentioned, today is Alumni Recognition Day. Just yesterday, the Jaguars also got the opportunity to have a practice with a lot of these alums. Morgan Wersch tries to take 2 there, just a little too fast, unable to get any action there. Yeah, they had a practice with some of these alums. I know Brooke Haddad, her older sister Ava Haddad, who plays down at Edinburgh, was there, and as well as Ruthie Becker's older sister, as well as Bree White and Maya White. Just so great to see the sisterhoods come out and how that kind of translates onto the court as well. Trinity Lazara will take that drive, but that'll be a foul. Morgan Wersch, Cam Croce, and Brooke Haddad will come out now. Number 13, Sophie Stella, getting her first few minutes of the game here. Bree White and Melanie Alvarenga back in for the Jaguars.
Truckers will make both free throws.
Your score now is 10-12 with 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Kate Mocho makes her way down the court. She tries to make that pass to Sophie Stellick, but no one there to receive it. Yeah, some defense here the Jags are going to have to play. It's really important. Melanie Alvarenga able to tip that back off. Ruthie Becker and Bree White will make their way towards it as well. Bree White ultimately takes the save for the Jags. She'll make that long pass over to Ruthie Becker. Kate Mocho wide open there, makes that pass to Sophie Stellick, who will go for the 3. Oh, and bounces in and out. Yeah, this press, as I mentioned, the defense here is really important. Just helping each other out in terms of defense. A proper box out, as well as the press and how, the back row could be breaking down. It's really important that they continue to maintain what they've practiced and how they've, what they've learned from these plays and how the Truckers are playing themselves. Stellick will make that first free throw for the Jags. She'll make that second one as well. It's now tied 12-12 in the second quarter with 6 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Ruthie Becker able to intercept it just a bit, but back into the hands of the Truckers. They're looking for some action in the paint, but they'll step out there and that will return back to Jaguars possession. When I got to talk to Ruthie Becker about, how she was feeling about this season, these games in general, she just said she was feeling really confident in the team this season and how excited she is to really finish out this last year with her girls. I think it's really important that, Ruthie Becker will go for the 3. Unfortunately does not make its way in, but Bree White able to save it. Melanie Alvarenga will now go for the 3 as well. Bounces off that side as well. Not seeing much action from threes here today, but that's all right. They're, showing that they can still score otherwise. Ruthie Becker just feeling really confident about the way this team's been performing, especially on this 3-game winning streak, as well as just the chemistry they all have one another, both on and off the court. Melanie Alvarenga will make the pass in for Bree White. She'll make that pass over to Kate Mocho. She'll try to bounce past that to Sophie Stellick over to Ruthie Becker, who will go for the 3, and she'll make that. That's what we're talking about. When those 3s, honestly, from Ruthie are really impressive. We've mentioned on a previous broadcast before, but Melanie Alvarenga tries to get that back for the Jaguars, but it'll stay in Trucker possession. Ruthie Becker did take a year off, and we've mentioned it many times before, but the way she's able to maintain her being semi-automatic and just Even the love of the game is really apparent. I think her performance this season has been really pretty. And Kate Mocho goes for the three, bounces in and out, but ultimately makes its way in. Kate Mocho, that is a three. And those two, I have a good feeling about this game. I think that's really setting the pace. 18-12 is your score now with 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That'll be a timeout now. After that timeout, people on the court have stayed the same for the Jags. Kate Mocho able to stick with 12 for the Truckers. They'll work that arch. No look pass, and Trinity Lazaro will go for the shot, but can't plant it there. Only 2 points today in this game. A stark contrast to her game against Clay with her career high. And Abby Koenig able to get 2 there for the Truckers. Melanie Alvarenga will make her way down the court now. She waits a second. Again, like I said, that patience she has and the ability to kind of maintain being calm and collected while she waits for those to set up is really impressive. She tries to make that pass to Sophie Stellick, and it stays in Jaguar possession, but the pass was never received. Morgan Wersch makes the pass to Kate Mocho, hits the back of the rim once again. Strong defense there by Melanie Alvarenga and Kate Mocho, my apologies. Truckers able to get the rebound there. Hoping to see some action here from Morgan Wersch. That'll be a foul. Kate Mocho. And Abby Koenig will go to the line for the Truckers. Kate Mocho will come out now. Lizzie Gus will head in. Lizzie Gus, another player that's also played 2 quarters of this game. Sophie Stellick will come out for Bree White. Lizzie Gus has played 2 quarters of JV already. Her and Nia are interesting to watch side by side. As I mentioned, that exhaustion factor, as well as just how they can adapt to the demands of a varsity game. Exciting to see them both make their presence here. Bree White will take it down the court for the Jags now. Make that pass over to Ruthie Becker. Ruthie Becker did mention this season she's really working on becoming a consistent shooter and just better on the arch in general. Melanie Alvarenga will try to put up 2 there, can't quite. Morgan Wersch will put up 2 with her score being 20-16 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. All these players, even when I got to sit down and chat with all of them, they all said shooting has been kind of one of their biggest skills they're working on, as well as ball handling. I think this team in general has kind of struggled in terms of turnovers. So kind of as a collective team, learning how to reduce those and adapting to the defensive demands that they're facing. Lizzie Gus will make that pass over to Ruthie Becker. Jaguars, after that timeout, will start with their possession. Lizzie Gus will make that pass over to Ruthie Becker. Melanie Alvarenga as well. Tries to make that. Morgan where she needed to make that screen a little bit sturdier. She'll go up for the 2. Can't quite deliver there, but in terms of the press, Morgan needs to just, got to play a little bit more in the middle until someone else gets back. She's sticking a little too close to one player here. It's really important that she can play a strong defense. Interesting seeing Melanie Alvarenga there as a guard, or as a post, my apologies. Able to intercept that ball a little bit. Melanie Alvarenga, too, is a player. She got into some foul trouble, though, for the Magnificat game. It's really important that she's not reaching and just kind of playing in a way that doesn't become a disadvantage to the Jaguars. That was a crucial element of that loss against Magnificat, and the way she just was out within the first quarter in terms of fouling trouble. So obviously her position's really well needed here, and the Jags really benefit off of how she plays. It's really important that she stays consistent and maintains how she plays through the entirety of the game. Lizzie Gus will make that pass to Melanie Alvarenga. There'll be a trucker foul there. Melanie Alvarenga, as you can see, gets a little frustrated there with Lizzie Gus. It's really important that Lizzie can even get back sooner than that to allow Melanie to really set up the play. Ruthie Becker will go for the 3. It bounces off that back of the rim again. Truckers make a long pass over to 21. Put it up. They'll place 2 there. That's Emmy Lebar. With your score now being 20-18 with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Ruthie Becker is at the top of the arch. She'll go for the 3, and she'll make that. That is a Ruthie Becker 3. I don't know. I think it's something with the red hair, Alexi. Some magic there. Really important that the Jags play some strong defense here. Bree White now takes it down the court, makes that long pass over to Melanie Alvarenga, who will wait a second and try to make that 3. Bounces off the back of the rim once again. And the Truckers are able to get possession there. Bree White attempts to block it there. That'll be a foul on her, though. Truckers will go to the line now. Number 12, Abby Koenig, will take the shots for the Truckers here. She'll make that first one. And Lizzie Gus will come out for the Jaguars. Cami Croce in. She'll make that second one as well. Some substitutions here. Bree White will come out. Brooke Haddad will make her way in.
Score now 23-20 to your St. Joseph Academy Jaguars.
Brooke Haddad will make her way up the court. Interesting seeing, Morgan Wersch will go for the 3. Unfortunately bounces off that side. Gets it back, makes that pass over to Cami Croce, who will go for the 3. A little too short there. That'll be a foul. And Truckers will take back possession. Interesting to see how these girls play. There's, you've got 2 captains in right now, Morgan Wersch and Melanie Alvarenga. All 4 captains happen to be Kate Mocho, number 24, Morgan Wersch, Melanie Alvarenga, and Gabby Croce, who hasn't yet played in this game, but number 23. Interesting to see kind of how all of their individual traits come together. It's really important that they continue to put that forward for a general cause. That's a benefit. When I got to sit down with Coach Lesnick, he really mentioned was each captain brings their own different qualities, whether that's being vocal or example by doing, and he really hopes that throughout the season they can really expand on that additional leadership quality beyond what they're already familiar with and what they know. Truckers are able to plant that first free throw there. For example, he said Kate Mocho can typically be a bit more on the quieter side in terms of practices. Maybe when the competition's not as hot, they'll make that second free throw there, with their score now being 23-22 with 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. But he really hopes that she can bring on and, be exposed to a lot of more Morgan and Melanie's loud vocal qualities and ways of leadership. Kate Mocho, an incredible player to watch, I think, has a really great way of influencing how the team plays, but also forcing the team to play in the way that allows her to be able to score really well. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a lot of playing time from here. I mean, played the first quarter, but not back in within the second quarter yet. So will be interesting to see how that kind of adapts throughout the game. Truckers try to take some action there in the paint, unable to do so. That'll return back to Truckers' possession.
Jaguars need to keep the energy up. They are starting to get a little bit sloppy with the 5 fouls to where they need to be careful because every foul from now on they will be shooting, and that is opportunity for them to really rise above because foul shots can make a game.
Right, Melanie Alvarenga able to make that pass to Ruthie Becker, who tries to take the three thinking there's a little less time on the clock. Takes the long three. Didn't really take a second there to plant her feet and aim for the basket, but all good. 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Really important. And Truckers unable to score there. Really important that as they go, with the score being 23-22 and at the end of the second quarter, beginning of halftime, really important that the Jaguars are able to maintain that defense, understand that the demands that might return after this halftime, what the Truckers might be talking about and adjusting, they're prepared and ready to take on. I think overall we've seen a lot of good scoring, good teamwork from these Jags. Really important that they keep that energy up, like Alexi said, as well as maintaining that idea that they're working together, not individually to showcase their talents, but working together as a team and take some action where they find those opportunities. Again, they've records 5-3. They've played plenty of games. It's really important that they, take each lesson from each game, whether win or loss, and apply that here to this game, who's clearly challenging them in some regards. We'll be back after halftime. All right, if you are familiar with the JagWire broadcast, you may be familiar with halftime trivia. So, Alexi, take it away.
With New Year's coming up, what is eaten when the clock strikes 12 coming into the new year?
What is consumed? Is that before the
Like,
clock strikes 12 before the new year?
as soon as it strikes 12,
Okay,
for good luck, what is eaten?
for good luck. All right. We will return at a minute to reveal the answer. All right, we are back with the answer. Alexi, take it away.
The answer is grapes. You eat 12 grapes, and each grape is corresponding to a month of the year, and you make a wish before you
Interesting.
eat each grape.
Interesting. I enjoy grapes, so maybe I'll partake in that this year. Wow. The more you know. Thank you, Alexi.
Of course.
Starting on the court now at the beginning of following halftime, the beginning of the third quarter. Your score being 23-22 with the Jaguars with a 1-point lead. Coach Zalesnik is starting the third quarter with his starters of Kate Mocho, Bree White, Morgan Wersch, Melanie Alvarenga, and Ruthie Becker. Again, really important to maintain their energy levels here and understand the threats that they might be being posed with. Melanie Alvarenga makes a beautiful pass to Kate Mocho, who will go for the three. That's a Kate Mocho three. Truckers will work their way down court. Jaguars pressing here just a little bit. Able to get by. Important that those Jags run back as quick as they can. Unfortunately, Truckers able to put two on the board again, with your score now being 26-24. As I mentioned earlier, Kate Mocho has a way of kind of influencing the court to benefit everybody, as well as allowing her those opportunities to shoot those threes. Ruthie Becker will go for the three, and that's a swish. Ruthie Becker has had a phenomenal game. A little slow at that start, but overall got into the rhythm eventually. Yeah, really interesting to see how each player kind of influences the court to benefit and really find those opportunities to score. Melanie Alvarenga will take it now down the court. Stuck there, but uses her pivot foot beautifully. Kate Mocho tries to find that offensive rebound. Stuck there by 2 truckers. She'll fight for that. That'll be a jump ball. That'll go to truckers' possession there. You know, as I mentioned earlier, there are 6 seniors on this team. During halftime, they did announce some alumni recognition. There's 6 seniors just being Bree White, Kate Mocho, Ruthie Becker, Melanie Alvarenga, Morgan Wersch, and Gabby Croce. And truckers able to put 2 up on the board. They're still 1 point behind the Jaguars. Really important that Morgan Wersch stays strong there. She's in a strong position to do so in terms of how she is as a player. Ruthie Becker tries to go for that 3 a little too far to the right, but Bree White able to save the day, puts 2 up for the Jaguars. Interesting to see how these 6 seniors kind of translate on and off the court. Even Kate Mocha said, like, they've been playing together for a long time. Morgan Wersch said, you know, some of them have played together as early as 6th grade, just through CYO matches. And it's been really rewarding to see how they grow as players, leaders, and teammates, and really developed over the years. I mean, I can say firsthand, having attended many of these girls' games as early as freshman year, just seeing how they've developed in terms of ball handling and ability to shoot. And that'll go to Jaguar possession. Jaguars are happy about that. Well, we can credit that to Melanie Alvarenga there. Norwalk fans not too pleased with that call there, but Kate Mocha will do the throw-in, makes that pass over to Melanie Alvarenga. She's speeding up down the court. Tries for 2 there, but a little too far up. Can't quite get in the basket. Bree White able to tip it off the truckers' hands, back into the hands of Melanie Alvarenga, who will make the long pass to Ruthie Becker. I think, as I mentioned, them playing together for so long has really translated. They know kind of what to expect from one another, and they know how to challenge each other in pretty cool ways and transformative ways. Number 14 for the truckers, able to score 3 there. Now tied 31-31 in the 3rd quarter with 5 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. Morgan Wersch able to score 2 for the Jaguars, gets them out of that tying territory, but really important that they can play some strong offense here and defense for that matter. Morgan Wersch able to get that out of the hands of the truckers into the hands of Melanie Alvarenga, who'll make the long pass to Kate Mocho. Kate Mocho makes that pass to Ruthie Becker. Little short there, but I think the idea was great. It's really important just, you know, to get into that rhythm, understand of planting your feet, communicating with one another. I think this team does a really great job at communicating with one another. You know, they have a great flow when playing together. And I mean, as I've mentioned, talking to them, they're all just excited to see how they can, where they can get as a team, what the success they can achieve is. I think this 3-game winning streak in itself is pretty awesome for them. They take a lot of pride in it. And I think they're looking to continue having that type of energy, really challenging themselves in whatever aspect that might be. All right, and we are back after a timeout. Your score being 33-31 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Kate Mocho works the arch with Gabby Croce making her first couple minutes in the game. Tries to go for that 3. Little shot a little too far there. Hits the back of the rim. Gabby Croce, a player to watch who is usually in our 2nd string, just now making her entrance into the game. It's really important that she kind of adapts, fills those voids where they may be on the court. Melanie Alvarenga looks enthusiastic to set something up there. Brooke Haddad now back in for the Jags. She's stuck there. Melanie Alvarenga able to help her out. Again, really important, this open communication. Morgan Wersch said that's something she's really trying to prioritize this season with one another. Melanie Alvarenga able to score 2 for the Jaguars there, making the score a little bit of a bigger gap. It's really important. Morgan Wersch touched on this herself, to prioritize open communication and really just understanding where everyone's coming from, what they're intending for, what their goals this season are, and allow kind of everyone to find their space on the court. Truckers throw that away just a bit. I think there may be a miscommunication there on their end. That'll return back to Jaguars possession. Gabby Croce and Kate Mocho will do a switch off so that Gabby Croce can do the throw in. Melanie Alvarenga makes the pass back to Gabby Croce. Truckers playing some strong defense here. Gabby Croce able to make the pass off to Melanie Alvarenga, who will make the pass to Brooke Haddad, who finds the arch, goes for the three, hits the back of the rim. That's unfortunate. Kate Mocho able to get it back. And Brooke Haddad tried to put it back up. That'll stay, fortunately, that'll stay in Jaguars' possession. And Morgan Wersch will come out for Bree White. Again, really important that they can just continue to stay strong in what they're intending to do and follow through with what they're going to do. Brooke Haddad tries to put it two up there, can't quite. Melanie Alvarenga looks for an open spot, either to take a drive or go for the three. She'll take the drive, and she'll get two on the board for the Jags. 37-31 is now your score with the Jags in the lead with 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A press happening here from the Jags. Important to run back as quick as they can, but Bree White is there to do the block in case she needs to. Again, it's unfortunate having to see this height kind of what happens with the Jaguars lacking a lot of height. As you can see, Kate Mocho or Ruthie Becker even there. Gabby Croce even in the paint on a lot of those fast breaks. It's really important that Gabby Croce needs to make her way back there. Unfortunately, can't get back in time. Norwalk able to score 2 points for themselves, but again, important to make those fast breaks because ultimately Bree can be there sometimes, other times isn't, and a lot of blocks are kind of unlikely to happen, just with the way, the height and the characteristics of this team. Jaguars unable to score on that possession there. That'll return back to Truckers' possession. They'll go for the three, unable to make it. 21 for the Truckers will make that, and that is Emmy Lebar. Kate Mocho takes it now up for the Jaguars to make the pass to Brooke Haddad. Makes her way into the key, but bounces right in and out. Truckers, I think, hoping to exhaust the Jaguars here a little bit. Gabby Croce keeps it in, passes it to a Trucker. Great way, though, to keep the ball active. That's Abby Koenig able to score for the Truckers. That'll be a timeout. 37-39 is your score now. The Jags trailing behind a 2-point lead with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. All right, and after that timeout on the court for your Jags is Morgan Wersch, Bree White, Melanie Alvarenga, Kate Mocho, and Brooke Haddad. Brooke Haddad works her way down the court, makes a beautiful pass off to Kate Mocho, makes the long pass to Melanie Alvarenga. Melanie Alvarenga stuck there, important to get out of that corner, makes that pass over to Morgan Wersch. Brooke Haddad puts it up for two. That was beautiful. Now tied 39-39 with a minute remaining in the third quarter. Jags pressing here a little bit. Kate Mocho and Bree White eager to not let the Truckers continue on. Norwalk will call a timeout here. Possibly a little threatened by that tie here. important that the Jaguars can get out of this tying territory, though, and really, allow their offensive skills to flourish here on the court. All right, and Truckers will have that possession after the timeout. I think that timeout maybe allowed the Truckers to have an opportunity to focus on a play here. Important that the Jaguars able to stay strong in their defense. Looks as if that was they've now switched into zone defense to prevent the Truckers from scoring here along that arch, or forcing them to only shoot from the arch. Sorry. Yeah, having Brooke and Morgan in at the same time was rather interesting. Brooke's a bit stronger in the post, so it's difficult for Morgan to kind of find her placement there. As you can see, Brooke's now out, but important that Morgan can kind of fill that spot of that presence that Brooke kind of has when Morgan is out. 39-39 in the third quarter with 10 seconds remaining. Melanie Alvarenga looking for some help here, but she's stuck along that line. She tries to take the drive, put it up for two, and bounces in and out. Unfortunate there. Truckers have possession, but ultimately can't get it back to their side of the court. And the third quarter, my apologies, third quarter will end here. Still tied at 39-39. Melanie Alvarenga takes her last sip of water at the start of the fourth quarter. Your starters all in now, beginning of the fourth. Still tied at 39-39. Kate Mocho makes that throw into Ruthie Becker. Makes a beautiful pass over to Kate Mocho. Tries to go for the drive a bit there. Falls on the floor, but gets two on the board for the Jags. Interesting, as I mentioned, see Kate Mocho kind of in the paint. Not a real prominent figure, I mean, amongst this team in particular, but you usually see a lot of action from her along the arch. Not in this game particularly, kind of forced to be in that paint a little more. I think it's interesting to see how she's still being successful, even though she's kind of in a territory that not every game she's in. Bree White will follow the Trucker there. Truckers will make that first free throw. Score now being 41-40. Jaguars with a 1-point lead. Truckers able to take that second one. Tied 41-41 now. Melanie Alvarenga tries to make that pass to Bree White. Tips off her hands, but she's able to get it back. Makes the pass to Kate Mocho. Goes for the three. Beautiful! That's a Kate Mocho three. One of my favorites, Lexi.
Switch.
Love watching those threes. I've mentioned this on some beautiful defense there from the Jags. That was wonderful. The bench is enthusiastic about that one. Melanie Alvarenga takes the pass in the paint. Can't quite put two up there. That'll be a jump ball. That'll return back to Truckers' possession.
Jag still playing that full court press, trying to make them nervous.
Yeah, interesting to watch Melanie Alvarenga here. Wobbling just a little bit. Hopefully no serious injury there in her knee. I know she had some shoulder problems this season, but that Jaguars didn't have to do much there. Kate Mocho tries to block that, play some strong defense, but ultimately the Truckers are able to score a three there, tied 44-44 with 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Ruthie Becker will now take it up for the Jags. Melanie Alvarenga, I think, hoping to help her there a little bit, but ultimately I think kind of got in her way a little bit. Kate Mocho needs some help here. She makes that pass over to Ruthie Becker. Really important. Ruthie Becker, I mean, she makes some beautiful shots from that corner, but also has to get out of there. Easy to trap her, especially with the height as a disadvantage. And that'll be a step out, but Jaguars possession. Ruthie takes the throw in from Kate Mocho. You know, I have to say, this isn't as serious as maybe other things I've talked about on here, but Ruthie Becker and I got to play a game of pig against one another. It was an embarrassing turnout for me, but again, really, this team is genuinely so much fun, so lighthearted, but really serious about their love of the game, and it's so apparent in not only these games, but their practices, and their off-court activities. I mean, Coach Lesnick is a new coach this year. This time last year, whole different coaching staff. These Jaguars have definitely been challenged with adjusting to that, but I think he's really prioritized how this team gets along. Truckers try to go for two there, can't quite deliver, but I think Truckers keep it in, put two up for themselves. That'll put them in a 2-point lead over the Jaguars with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. That's a travel.
It is Loudville in here. The fans are going crazy.
They sure are. Yeah, this team is, you know, Coach Lesnick, new coach, brought a fresh perspective to this team. Really important, he said, for them to just kind of get along on and off the court. They did a lot of off-season activities, practices, and warm-ups with one another, a lot of Edgewater Beach. That'll be a foul. A lot of Edgewater Beach gatherings, playing volleyball, a lot of shooting here. I know they do a lot of shooting in the morning, but also, as I mentioned, that Christmas break lock-in where they just kind of got to spend the day with one another. I think it really allows a team to flourish, not only in their skills offensively and defensively, but also just the way they interact within one another. I think that open communication is really apparent and a really a prominent way in the way this team plays. Bree White makes that pass over to Ruthie Becker. Nia French looking to go in here in just a second. Ruthie Becker looks for some help, tries to make that cut. Kate Mocho makes the cut, tries to make the pass. Kate Mocho gets it back. Bree White there to help her out. Bree will make that pass to Melanie Alvarenga for a three. Disadvantage of this Christmas break is this is the first game. I mean, since, you know, they have played Lutheran West, but back in their home court. But I personally, Melanie Alvarenga and I talk basketball almost every day of our first semester. So talking basketball, I think, kind of gets them into the rhythm, but also allows them to reflect on, like I said, those lessons of winning and losing. And Morgan Wirsch keeps that in for the Jaguars. Melanie Alvarenga able to get it back. Her and Ruthie Becker both went for it, but Bree White does set a screen there. Allows a chance for Melanie Alvarenga to set her feet. She'll take two. 49-46 now is your score with 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, this strong press Alexi mentioned here. I think in some regards, Truckers are getting a little flustered, but I mean, they're adapting really well, allowing themselves to still score, find those opportunities. The Jaguars maybe on the weaker side defensively. 49-48. Jaguars still have that 1-point lead, but I think the Truckers are eager to get ahead in some sort of way. That'll be a timeout for the Jags. Following the timeout on the court for your Jaguars is Kate Mocho, Brooke Haddad, Nia French, Ruthie Becker, and Morgan Wersch. In these last couple minutes of the fourth quarter and the game, interesting to see who Coach Lesnick is playing. Again, those second-string players like Brooke Haddad, Nia French, alongside those starters of Kate, Morgan, and Ruthie. I think it's really interesting to see how that translates. They're all able to play with one another really well, so see how they set this up here. Who's kind of the leaders here? I mean, I can probably guess it'll probably be around Morgan or Kate, but Nia French, too, can bring an incredible presence and leadership to the way she plays, and I'm excited to see how this kind of unfolds in the next 3 minutes. Ruthie Becker makes the long pass to Morgan Wersch. Morgan sitting there just a sec to allow herself to make the pass over to Kate Mocho, get some defenders off of her. Brooke Haddad, unfortunately, a travel there. I think probably should have taken that three maybe when she could have. 49-48, I think it's crucial, as the score says so itself. It's just these next scoring in the next couple minutes. I'm assuming Coach Lesnick will play someone like Melanie back in here shortly to try to, she's had a beautiful game so far. Just try to get some action along the arch, but also in the key, Bree White possibly going back in soon. 49-50, Norwalk with a 1-point lead, 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the fourth quarter. Kate Mocho takes the drive, makes a beautiful pass to Morgan Wersch, who can make the pass out to Ruthie Becker, over to Kate Mocho. Kate Mocho not really in a position to shoot a three here, but and that'll be a travel. Unhappy with these calls. Brooke Haddad will come out, as I anticipated. Melanie Alvarenga back in now. Rare to see a travel called on someone like Kate, who is pretty set in how she plays, but I mean, it happens. Also, how a ref sees it too can differ from person to person. Unfortunately, 49-52, 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. These Jags need to play strong here. Fortunately, Melanie Alvarenga takes the shot, hits the back of the rim. That'll go to Trucker possession. Bree White in now for Nia French. Again, as anticipated, you got your starters in now in these last 2 minutes of the game. 49-52. It's so crucial that these Jaguars are able to find these opportunities to score and not get flustered by possibly how Norwalk is shooting offensively. That stays in Trucker possession, I think. Morgan Wersch tapped that one on the way out. Nia French back in. Ruthie Becker will come out. Again, really important that they keep sight of this ball. Melanie Alvarenga will make the long pass to Bree White. Bree White looks for those opportunities in the paint that she's so accustomed to. Melanie Alvarenga will go for the three, hits the back of the rim. Melanie Alvarenga did shoot 13 points at that Lutheran West game recently, so I think she's in her rhythm. It's really important that she finds these opportunities. Brooke Bree White unable to get two up there. That'll go to Trucker possession. These Jags are getting fired up. I think when this energy comes out, this minute and 30 left on the clock, with such a tight score, you see some of the best playing in basketball. You'll just the best ways they interact with each other. Again, puts a lot of pressure on both teams. And interesting to see how they can perform under that immense pressure. Kate Mocho tries to make the steal. She'll tap it out, but so unfortunately that'll return back to Trucker's possession. That'll be a timeout now. 49-52 is your score with a minute and 25 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, with Norwalk having a lead. A minute and 25 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Score 49-52. Norwalk with a 4-point lead. 3-point, my apologies. And on the court for your Jaguars remains the same with Melanie Alvarenga, Kate Mocho, Morgan Wersch, Nia French, and Bree White. These Jaguars are going to press here. Got to get back again, make that fast run back. Nia French working some wonderful defense here. And Melanie Alvarenga, they're able to help her out. Melanie Alvarenga, as you can see, kind of leading the court. Again, important that they stay cohesive here, not just focus on their individual talents and ways they play, and work together for the good of the team. I think Nia French a little bit flustered here on that last play. Bree White able to get it back. She'll take it up. She'll try to put it up for two. Trucker's able to block it. Oh, that is such a bummer. That was beautiful. If that would have worked out, that would have been crucial for the Jaguars in getting ahead of this 3-point scoring gap. Nia French now out. Your starters are in. They're fighting for this ball. They're not going to give up. Unfortunately, a Trucker is injured. As I mentioned, this last minute of the game in the fourth quarter, high spirits, some strong, even just in terms of rivalries, both teams fired up. You see injuries happen, close to these endings, but Kate Mocha makes a beautiful pass over to Ruthie Becker. Ruthie Becker pass over to Morgan Wersch. Ruthie Becker will go for the three, bounces off the back of the rim. Bree White able to get it back. Bree White kind of stuck. Morgan Wersch again stuck too, tries to make that pass. Oh, and the Jaguars are unable to do so. 40 seconds remaining. Your score being 49-52. Nia French will come back in for Ruthie Becker. These 40 seconds, as I keep reiterating, are so important. It is so important that they continue to play this strong offense and defense here. But Melanie Alvarenga will go for it. You'll see her speed come out there. She'll return it back for the Jaguars. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. She'll make the long pass to Bree White under the basket. She'll make the long pass over to Morgan Wersch. Melanie Alvarenga will go for the three, a bit short. Getting sloppy here, but also just prone to happen with the high energy. That'll be another timeout. Your score being 49-52, 22 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Jaguars need to get ahead of this with a three-pointer. 22 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Both teams had some intense conversations at the bench. I think both just trying to keep this a fair and balanced matchup and play their very best. Melanie Alvarenga looking for that open spot. She'll make that to Ruthie Becker, who loses contact with the ball, gets it back, able to make the pass over to Melanie Alvarenga. 18 seconds left on the clock. Morgan Wersch makes the pass to Kate Mocho. She'll go for the three. That's a Mocho three! That's it! It is now tied 52-52. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. You can credit that all to Kate Mocho. Woo! That is mega impressive. I am impressed. I am thrilled that this is the turnout of the game. 52-52. 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. This is the fun of basketball. I am so pleased with how that turned out. I probably blew out everyone's eardrums. Sorry. My apologies. 11 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, tied 52-52. Kate Mocho just performed a beautiful three, allowing the Jags to get back into that tied territory. 11 seconds, a lot can happen here, but also this might go very fast. Nia French playing some great defense here. Bree White there to help her out. She tries to score there. Melanie Alvarenga able to get it back. 3 seconds remaining. She makes the pass. Nia French will go for the three. Oh, and that bounces off the rim.
Overtime.
52-52. This is going to be exciting. 4 minutes on this first overtime. I think some wonderful things can happen here, Alexi.
Yes, we got some magic brewing.
If you're just now tuning in, 4 minutes in the overtime, 52-52. St. Joseph Academy is tied with the Norwalk Truckers. Again, this is Alexi. This is why we love doing what we love. These last, couple minutes of this game are so exhilarating. Bree White at the line for this jump ball. Important, though, that they don't get in their head, and this is, almost just add this on. It's just another 4 minutes. Just continue scoring like they have. As I've mentioned, this team, Norwalk Truckers, can be strong very offensively. Number 23, Trinity Lazara, has a good record of scoring that 25-point game, career high. Melanie Alvarenga gets it back for the Jaguars. It's really important that the Jaguars continue to find these opportunities. Morgan Wersch places 2 on the board. That was wonderful. Morgan, if you're listening, Morgan is a big fan of our broadcast. Morgan, I'm very proud of you for that. Kate Mocho with a strong defense on Trinity Lazara. Able to tip it off of her hands. Doesn't even make contact with the board or the basket. Melanie Alvarenga will now take it back for the Jaguars.
Slowing down the very stressful and exciting game right now.
She'll make that pass off to Kate Mocho. No defenders on her right there. She'll go for a casual 2. And that's how you do it, folks. 56-52 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in overtime. These Jaguars seem to be very calm and collected, as intense as this game is. It's really fun to see how they're continuing to just communicate with one another and apply what they've learned from this game. That'll remain in Truckers' possession. Again, kind of Jaguars able to force them to only be taking shots from that arch. I mean, I wouldn't even say entirely that the Truckers have played a strong game in terms of threes, but I think it's crucial that the Jaguars are able to balance that just a bit and how they're capable of scoring. That'll be a foul. Truckers will take the foul. That'll be, my apologies, Ruthie Becker will place that foul. Kate Mocho fights for that ball. That'll go to Jaguar possession. Kate Mocho appears to be talking to Coach Lesnick. I think he's, Melanie Alvarenga there. Pivots just a bit, able to take it up for the Jaguars. Ooh, around the back. Melanie Alvarenga, I think, is full of a lot of tricks that are just fascinating to watch. Makes that pass off to Ruthie Becker, back to Melanie Alvarenga. Need to find these open spots. Kate Mocho is there. Kate Mocho and Ruthie Becker in these positions that they're most comfortable with of taking shots along that arch. I think that, honestly, with how they've both been playing, could be really beneficial to this last minute, 50 seconds of the game. Ruthie Becker fights for the ball. That'll be a foul.
Jaguars have to be careful with their fouls, make smart fouls, because they are at that 5-foul mark to where the other team will be shooting.
Yeah, with a 56-52 score with Jaguars with a 4-point lead. Again, like Alexi said, these fouls can add up. Just like that, Truckers won't take their first one, and I think it's really important that they continue to keep this gap as big as possible with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. And energy will continue to be high here. They'll take that second one as well. 56-54 is your score now. Melanie Alvarenga stuck in that corner. Trucker defender falls there, gives her a second to adapt. Ruthie Becker makes the pass to Kate Mocho. Kate Mocho goes for the three, and she'll make that! That's a Kate Mocho three! These last couple minutes have proved that Kate Mocho does not take pressure, and she is here to win. That'll be a foul. Jaguars not happy with that call. Truckers will take that first free throw and make it. Really important the Jaguars play some strong defense here, able to get it back in this last minute, 30 seconds of overtime. They'll place that second one. Kate Mocho throws it in for the Jags. She'll pass that to Ruthie Becker, or Melanie Alvarenga, who unfortunately can't make the pass, but Kate Mocho gets it back. Kate Mocho stuck there. She makes contact with the floor, but Ruthie Becker is there to save the day. Melanie Alvarenga will now take it for the Jaguars. Really important that they set something up here. And that's a foul. Kate Mocho does the throw in for the Jaguars, makes the pass off to Melanie Alvarenga. Melanie Alvarenga makes that pass to Morgan Worth. She's not joking around here. She needs to find that opportunity to score or move somehow, pass that ball off. She'll make it to Melanie Alvarenga. Makes the pass off to Bree White. Working this arch very beautifully here, the Jaguars. They need to find that open spot to score. And that's a foul. Kate Mocho looking to set something up here. She makes the pass to Ruthie Becker, finds Melanie Alvarenga there. Kate Mocho does set the screen, gets a defender off of Melanie Alvarenga, but number 12 from the Truckers still playing some strong defense on her. Again, another foul. As Alexi said, these fouls will add up, and this can put them into shooting territory, which with 45 seconds remaining on the clock, with the Jaguars with only a 3-point lead, that could be really important. That could be, a crucial part of winning this game. 59-56 is your score. Kate makes the pass to Melanie Alvarenga. Kate needs to open up just a second, makes that screen. Melanie Alvarenga stuck there. She tries to make the bounce pass to Ruthie Becker, but the Truckers able to get it back. They brick it. Ruthie Becker keeps it in for the Jaguars. Morgan Wirsch there to help. They pressure her to step out. That'll be a foul on the Truckers. That'll return back to Jaguars' possession. 30 seconds remaining in halftime. 59-56 is your score. Ruthie Becker now at the line for the Jaguars. Again, as I mentioned before, she is phenomenal at these threes. Not usually seen at the free throw line. And unfortunately doesn't make that first one. But interesting to see how she's challenged here in what she's capable of achieving here as well.
Jags have to be ready to box out.
And she'll make that second one, your score being 60-56 with 29 seconds remaining in overtime. Kate Mocho playing some strong defense there. Melanie Alvarenga there to kind of help her out. Bree White switches off. And that'll be a foul. Kate Mocho and Melanie Alvarenga looking for some sort of blocking there, but ultimately they keep calling Kate on these fouls. Melanie Alvarenga's fourth foul. Again, not as much of an issue now that we're at the conclusion of the game, past the conclusion of the game, but she had, the Magnificat game in itself was put into fouling trouble. And she was really challenged in that way in the Jaguars offense and defense here. Truckers will miss that first free throw. That keeps a 4-point gap in scoring with 15 seconds remaining in overtime.
Now again, Jags have to be ready to box out and make sure the Truckers do not get that ball in the last bit of the game.
Truckers will miss that second one too, feeling the pressure just a bit. That'll be another foul. Jaguars not happy with it, but I think taking some sort of accountability there, understanding how it happened and why it happened. It's really important they can get out of this position. Again, as many, limiting as many times that the Truckers are at the free throw line. They'll make that first one. 60-57 is your score now with the Jaguars with a 3-point lead. They'll make that second one as well. That'll be a timeout. After the timeout, there is only 12.5 seconds remaining in overtime. 60-58 is your score. Jaguars only have a 2-point lead over the Norwalk Truckers. Watching these huddles, Jaguars looked like, talking with Coach Lesnick, allowing them the opportunity to kind of read the court, read their offense on their own, be confident in what they're going to do. And I think this could be a wonderful turnout for the Jaguars if they really listen to one another and how this is playing. Ruthie Becker makes the pass back to Kate Mocho, who makes it back to Ruthie Becker. Beautiful bounce pass. A little stressful there, but ultimately stays in the Jaguar possession. Melanie Alvarenga now at the line for the Jaguars. She'll take 2 shots. 60-58. As many shots as she can get here is so important and crucial to the outcome of this game. She misses that first one. Norwalk will sub. Melanie Alvarenga will go for the second free throw here. She'll miss it. Again, those fouls are crucial. 3 seconds remaining. And it's tied for another overtime. Truckers able to put 2 on the board at the last second. This is not the outcome the Jaguars anticipated, but they will not leave without a win today. We are now in our second overtime, tied 60-60. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe this. This has been some of the best basketball we've watched today, especially from the Jaguars. I am exhilarated by this game. All right, back on the court now. 60-60 is your tied score. Another 4 minutes of overtime. These teams are excited to be back. So important the Jaguars can reduce how many turnovers they have. Mel, Kate, and Ruthie all have to be aware. Is everyone back where everyone is in that backcourt? You know, everyone has to be back to, avoid what just happened from happening again, of allowing the Truckers the opportunity to find those chances to score in those last couple seconds. It's crucial that they have an awareness of where the ball is. Melanie Alvarenga will do the tip-off, usually Bree White, but Melanie Alvarenga will do it this time. And Truckers will take it down the court, make the pass. Melanie Alvarenga tries to make a block there, kind of helps, but sidestep it, and that'll be a foul. Jaguars not happy about that call.
Jaguars have to be careful with their hands. That is where they are getting most in trouble. They need to make sure to keep those arms and hands up and not reach.
For sure, and you see Melanie Alvarenga, even, Kate Mocho, Bree White, all in this territory of, being in their 4th foul. It's not typical to see that, but obviously this game isn't quite typical. Truckers will miss that first free throw. Again, as many as they can miss is important. They'll miss that second one as well. Truckers keep it in their possession. Morgan Wersch tipped it off there, but unable to get a hold of it. And that's a 3. Doesn't even make contact with the basket or rim there. They put it up for 2, but can't quite deliver there. But they will score 2 there. 60-62. Your Norwalk Truckers in the lead. 3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. I'll be honest, I think these Jaguars have a lot of time to figure something out, get ahead of these 2 points, score a lot more. Morgan Wersch loses her balance there. That returns to Trucker territory. Unfortunate there. That would have been a great play if Morgan was able to deliver. That's Truckers territory, or position, my apologies. Again, playing the strong press here. Kate Mocho stays with number 12. Again, we've seen in these last couple minutes of this game, Kate play a phenomenal. She reaches there and they'll call a foul on her. That, she's not happy about that. Your score 60-62, 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Again, reducing these fouls, reducing these turnovers is so important, and not getting flustered by the energy of the game. Norwalk will make that first free throw, now with a 3-point lead over the Jaguars. They'll do some subbing as well.
Jags got to box out.
We'll make that second one as well. Kate makes that pass over to Melanie Alvarenga, back to Kate Mocho. She needs to find someone to help her out here. She'll work her way down the court. Beautiful ball handling skills. Back it up just a bit. Ruthie Becker allows that pass for her. Bree White tries to put two up, can't quite make contact with the backboard, but the Jaguars are gonna fight for it. That'll return to Jaguars possession. That'll be a jump ball. You can credit that one to Melanie Alvarenga and Bree White there, who fought for it for the Jaguars. Melanie Alvarenga will now do the throw in for the Jags. She'll find an open spot. These defenders are, making it difficult for her to do so, but Bree White makes that pass over to Ruth Becker. That situation wasn't the best. Could have been a turnover there, but Morgan Wersch able to get that pass over to Melanie Alvarenga. Morgan Wersch will go for the three again. She is capable of making these threes. Not the territory you typically see her in, though. And that'll return back to Norwalk Truckers' possession. Truckers now have a 4-point lead over the Jaguars. 60-64 is your score with 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in this second overtime here. Really important, again, that they have an awareness of where everyone is, where the ball is, so that they can, Melanie Alvarenga able to get it out of the hands of a Trucker. She'll take the drive, put it up for two. And unable to deliver there, but she will get a foul will be called on the Truckers there. Melanie Alvarenga will go to the line for 2 free throws. Melanie Alvarenga will miss that first free throw. Ruthie Becker will come out. Brooke Haddad will go in. Again, as I've mentioned, we saw this with Ruthie too. These aren't the typical territories that these players like Melanie are usually in at the free throw line. So crucial that, they stay calm and collected, and then they get those points. They get that point. Also, it's just interesting to see Melanie play that way. Morgan Wersch needs to stay on that offender there. Melanie Alvarenga there, able to help her out. That'll be a foul. Truckers will go to the line. Coach Lesnick not happy about a lot of these calls and these opportunities for the Jags to not be scoring and the Truckers to be at the line. They will take that first free throw. Again, they don't seem flustered at all by the silence and energy and intensity of this game. I can see a lot of parents in this crowd, at the edge of their seats in the outcome of this game. They'll take that second one as well. Your score now 61-66. Norwalk in the lead with 1 minute and 50 seconds. A bit of a miscommunication there. Kate Mocho doesn't receive that pass. Brooke Haddad will come out. Ruthie Becker back in. Jaguars playing some strong defense in the paint. Prevents the Truckers from scoring right there. Another foul. That'll be on Kate Mocho. She'll come out. Nia French will go in. Nia French now in. Could be interesting to see how this unfolds as well. Truckers will miss that first free throw. Minute and 45 seconds remaining. Your score 61-66. Jaguars feeling the heat of this game. Looking to keep their three-win streak going here. Truckers take that second free throw. Score 61-67. Norwalk. Melanie Alvarenga will now take it up the court for the Jaguars. Needs to find an open opportunity, get a defender off of her so that she can make that drive. She'll try to put it up, hits the back of the rim. Morgan Wersch, and that'll be a foul called on Norwalk. At the line now is Morgan Wersch. Again, these are players that you don't typically see at the line. I feel in a lot of the games we have witnessed, people like Melanie, Ruthie, and Morgan aren't typically at the line. You usually see people like Bree, people who are in that key and a more prominent figure there. Truckers will be doing some substitutions here as Morgan Wersch makes that first shot. 62-67 is your score now, a minute 30 seconds remaining. Morgan Wersch will take that second shot. That'll be her 8th point of the game. And that'll be a timeout. Both teams coming out of their timeout huddles appeared to be as if they both have a plan of what they want to deliver here and how they kind of want to execute these last 1 minute and 30 seconds of this overtime. This will be start in Truckers' possession. They'll take it up as Jaguars continue to press just a bit. Nia French playing some strong defense here. Wonderful to watch how she's developed in this game. Ruthie Becker appears to be a bit confused though, but ultimately can stay on her her matchup here. They're keeping them in this territory. And that'll be a foul on the Jaguars. I think getting a little frustrated here, seeing some play that probably shouldn't be happening, and the frustrations kind of coming out and how they interact and handle one another on the court. Again, last minute, it's so crucial to this overtime. Within these two overtimes, you know, the Truckers have gotten a lot of opportunity to score just from free throws. Score being 63-68 now. Norwalk able to leverage that gap, I should say, through these free throws. And they'll miss that second one, but ultimately I think they're very confident when it comes to the free throw line. Bree White makes her way down the court for the Jags. Can't quite make a shot there. They'll fight for that ball. Melanie Alvarenga will stay up with Nia. Important that they all can stay together, cohesive, playing some strong defense. That'll be a foul. Again, as I've mentioned a million times, again, reducing turnovers, reducing fouls are the two most important things here for the Jaguars to find these opportunities to score. And right now how they're playing is not how they attain points for this gap. 63-69 is now your score with 45 seconds on the clock. You know, that's a 6-point gap that the way I like to think of it is one Ruthie Becker 3 and one Kate Mocho 3, but obviously not getting a lot of opportunities to do so from these fouls. So Melanie Alvarenga will now take it up for the Jaguars. Nia French there to help her out for the pass off. Ruthie Becker loses control over the ball, able to get it back, bounces off her foot it seems. Nia French will go for the three, bounces off the back of the rim. Truckers get possession back of the ball, working some strong defense. That'll be a travel called on the Truckers. Jaguars really prioritizing keeping this ball in their territory right here. Melanie Alvarenga does the throw in for the Jaguars. Bree White finds the spot for two. And again, those 2 points are crucial for the 65-70 gap here in these last 20 seconds of the game. You know, Bree White, I think, is a real crucial player to this team in the way she plays, able to find these opportunities to score these these like small moments where she's just able to get two in the paint. Again, her height does kind of come to her advantage in some regards. and they'll go to the line here, the Truckers, for a free throw. Truckers will make that first free throw. Timeout here. Both teams trying to reevaluate what needs to be done to secure a victory. (65-71), Norwalk in the lead, 19 seconds remaining in this overtime. They'll make that second free throw. Bree White make that pass over to Ruthie Becker, who will take it up court for the Jaguars. She'll make that pass off to Bree White. This team looking a little bit more cohesive here, Jags, but Norwalk playing some strong defense. Ruthie Becker will go for the three, a bit short there. Cam Croce and Nia French will fight for this ball. That'll be a jump ball there. And that'll remain in Jaguars territory and possession. Or my apologies, that'll go to Norwalk.
3 seconds left. We need a miracle.
And that is the conclusion of the game. Your score being 65-72. Norwalk able to solidify a 9-0 record. A real unfortunate turnout for the Jaguars. They played some phenomenal basketball here today, folks. The final score of today's match at St. Joseph's Academy is 65-72. Norwalk taking the win. Thank you for tuning in today's game, brought to you by JagWire, and we look forward to bringing more events to you moving forward. JagWire.